Hello, my name is Ali, and welcome to my channel. We are back with Hakuoki Kyoto win, Sanan's route. Let's go. The excitement was over. Or so I'd thought. But it hadn't been only the captains who heard my cry for help. Ugh. Who's causing such a ruckus at this hour of night? Ito! Ito rubbed his still sleepy eyes and stepped into the room and froze. What's going on here? Damn it. I've seen that soldier before. I thought he was sentenced to death the other day for breaking the code. And look at all of this blood. Are you guys responsible for this? I got a hiccup. Sorry. Ito, it's not like that. This is... What is it not like? Why have our captains cut down one of their own men? Explain this at once. What happened here? Ito is fuming and screaming. My apologies. My lack of discipline is at fault here. Sanan? Seeing Sanan, Ito's eyes grew wide. Sanan? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be dead. The captains fell silent. Eventually, I guess we can't keep it a secret any longer. Yukimura, you step out. You can use my room for the night. I know me being here won't do anything, but I wonder if they'll be all right. Would they be able to explain the situation enough to Ito so that he wouldn't freak out? There was so much to worry about, but Hijikata looked at me sternly. Did you not hear me? I said get out. Okay. I was worried, but I knew there was nothing else I could do, so I left the room. Come on. Oh, birdies. Huh? Is it morning already? The birds chirping woke me up. I shot up, thrown off initially because the ceiling was unfamiliar to me. I remembered that Hijikata had told me to stay in his room for the night. And at the same time, the events of last night were beginning to flood into my mind. Flashback! And go away, flashback. The warrior who'd gone mad. The pain of the blade slicing my arm. I touched my right arm wrapped in bandages. I couldn't feel a throbbing pain anymore, so I took off my bandage to see my injury. Of course it's healed. What had been an ugly open wound the night before was now little more than a faint white line. In a few days, even that would be gone. I wouldn't need any bandages anymore, but, well, I guess it's good that the wound is gone, but if anyone sees this... I wrapped myself back up again. It'll be inconvenient to wear, but I'm going to pretend to still have this injury. I wonder what everyone else is doing. I decided I'd head to the common room to see what's going on. Footsteps. Oh, you. Ito, Miki, and Saito and Heisuke. What are you guys doing so early in the morning? Well, considering what happened last night, I'm not a heavy enough sleeper to have the kind of beauty sleep I'd need with that noise. You were injured, right, Yukimura? How's your injured arm doing? Well, it's not that bad. Is that so? Well, I'm glad. Huh? His mood was almost the polar opposite of the previous night. He seemed now to be in rather high spirits. Ito? Has something happened? Oh, would you like to know? Yes. I won't tell you, but I suppose you might have an idea, though. Isn't that right, Todo? Saito? What? I cocked an eyebrow at Heisuke and Saito. Yeah, I guess. The moment our eyes met, he looked away. That seemed odd. Saito? You have no need for this information just now. Unlike his companion, Saito met my gaze straight on, but his eyes were flat and utterly devoid of any emotion. It was as if he put up a wall. What the hell? That's a little cold of you, having that path for a goodbye, isn't it? Or did you want to get out of here as soon as possible or something? Get out of here? Saburo, watch your mouth. We'll be on our way now. Good day, Yukimura. Goodbye, Yukimura. Later. And then they were gone, leaving me wondering just what had happened.
Oh, hey, Yukimura. Are you sure it's all right for you to be up and about already?
I'm fine. I slept really well, and I feel a lot better. And my moon doesn't seem to be as deep as it looked.
That's great. I'm sorry about what happened to you, though.
It's all right. Anyways, I ran into Ito on my way here. He was acting rather peculiar. Did something happen? Inoue and Shimada looked at one another, both wearing troubled expressions.
So you saw them, eh?
Both Ito and Miki were behaving rather strangely, and Heisuke and Saito were acting kind of strangely too. I was starting to feel concerned, looking at the two of them for an answer. After some thought, Shimada opened up.
Yeah, well, Ito and some others are leaving.
What? Leave?
They're going to form a new group, different from the Shinsengumi.
Is that okay?
He had a meeting this morning with the chief and commander Hijikata.
Flashback.
Guardians of the Imperial Tomb?
Yes. I intend to take some of my comrades and leave. We will be appointed official guardians of the Imperial Mausoleum? I don't know how to say that. I have been considering such a move for some time now. But after last night's excitement, I didn't think it'd work out anymore. I knew when I joined the Shinsengumi that my imperialism might not be welcome, but I thought we could work past that. I see now that I was mistaken. Just spit it out, Ito. Ito, derp. Basically, you want to split up the Shinsengumi. Who's the one that has been deceiving me for the past 3 years?
If you insist, then I will do as you ask. You must remember, however, that last night's incident is a result of orders from the shogunate. We cannot allow you to reveal this secret.
Then I propose a deal. Allow me to depart, peacefully that is, and in turn I will remain silent. I also wish to bring several of your men with me.
Very well. But anyone you wish to take must agree to leave.
Of course. I will naturally maintain the fiction that we intend to continue to cooperate with one another. A stance that will no doubt benefit both of us.
Cooperation. Fine. Toshi, what do you think?
It's your decision, not mine. Then Heisuke and Saito?
Yes, they are leaving with Ito. I confess I'm rather surprised. I mean, I understand Heisuke since he's known Ito for some time, but I was not expecting it from Saito.
No. Then, would that mean I could never see them again?
Don't worry. Remember what I said. We're going to keep relations amicable between our two organizations.
Kondo. It was kind of him to try to comfort me, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible was going to befall the Shinsengumi and its members.
You aren't going to let the men interact with the guard, though, right?
Of course not. He gets to leave, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let him get away with whatever he wants. But is this really okay? Ito and the others leaving, I mean.
Ito and his men leaving isn't a problem. Although, I was a little surprised that Heisuke and Saito decided to go with that snake. I would say it was more than a little. But I guess all of this comes from our own faults, and our inability to keep them happy.
From there, the conversation moved to a discussion of politics that was beyond my ability to follow. And what could I have said anyway? The decision had been made, and there was nothing I could have said to change it. I got up quietly and left the common room. I never thought something like this could happen. I looked up to the sky, watching the clouds form in streaks above me, and then lowered my gaze. It seemed like just yesterday that we were all living our normal lives at the compounds. Then, all of a sudden, we've arrived at today, helpless as our troops split amongst themselves. I couldn't wrap my head around it. However, even with all of my confusion, I was especially worried about... Let me look up the answers, because I'm a cheater. No, just kidding. Which one are we doing? The soldiers. Okay, so this is our first answer choice in chapter 4. Interesting. What about the feelings of those who were being left behind? I wanted to know how the people in the Shinsengumi felt about Ito and his followers leaving. Oh, goodness, more. So I decided to ask someone who knows Ito. So that's the first time we're doing this choice. Nice. I waited for night to come and I snuck out of my room. It was a risk, but I could only speak with this person about Ito during the hours of the night. Footsteps. I crept slowly into the depths of the compounds through a dark hallway.
What could you be doing at this hour? Are you having some trouble sleeping?
I feel like I can't get his voice for some reason. For the last few times I've done his voice, I'm like, something's wrong. I can't get it right. Oh, Sanan.
I sincerely apologize for the actions of my men last night. How is your wound?
Yes, it wasn't anything serious, so don't worry. I'm fine.
Ah, is that so? I'm pleased to hear it. Is this what brought you to me tonight?
No, it's something different. I wanted to ask you about something.
I see. A question, is it? It must have been important for it to bring you to me, so I shall answer to the best of my ability.
I think you knew Ito very well. I wanted to know how you felt about Ito leaving, as well as Saito and Heisuke leaving with him.
I am certain that not everyone is enthused about Ito's departure. However, it is not as bad as everyone may interpret it to be. Because the Shinsengumi works on behalf of the shogunate, getting information on the Imperial Nationalist Party has its challenges. It is growing more difficult to obtain any information on their movements. However, now that Ito has aligned himself with the Imperial Court, it is much easier for him to obtain information from the Imperial Nationalists. Now that he does not have the obligation of serving information to the Shinsengumi, he can act on behalf of his own interests. Whoops. I believe this is the primary reason of Ito's behavior. And I'm sure Kondo and Hijikata are aware, which is why they won't say anything.
I had no idea that these reasons led to Ito leaving, as well as Saito and Heisuke leaving.
However, when it comes to Ito, I just hope that whatever they're planning doesn't come back around to bite them.
I wonder what he means by that. Maybe there's more happening than Sanan is letting on. So, are you saying that Saito and Heisuke know anything about this? That sounds weird to me. I think it's worded weird.
No, I don't think they've been told as much. I mean, given the current political climate, I am sure that they were looking to test their mettle and see what they were made of. In the end, though, I have a feeling they will return to us.
Really? Did Sanan seriously think they'd come back? We are going to say, yes, I hope so as well. Yes, I hope so as well.
You have faith in them, don't you?
I do, but I have faith in everyone, even you, Sanan.
Butterfly. Oh, his face. Holy crap, that looks creepy. He's like, the fudge. How nice that you'd have faith in someone like me. You shouldn't put too much faith in adults.
I was going to say in my adults. That sounds really weird. Huh? What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
It felt like I was meeting the Sanan I'd met for the first time years ago. I became warm thinking about it.
Did I adequately answer your question?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Not a problem. Now, please return to your room before you get caught.
Bye. Sanan ended the conversation curtly, bowing and turning to disappear into the darkness. I'm glad we were able to speak. I think I'll sleep soundly tonight. My wound healed completely soon afterward, but I kept the bandages on. I didn't want anyone to see that my scar had healed. Since Ito, Heisuke, and Saito had left, the compounds felt so much larger and emptier. Around the same time, Takeda, one of the captains of Shinsengumi, had also left. I guess these are things we can't help, but it felt as if everyone was going in different directions, off to forge their own paths. I couldn't help but feel sad about it. I'm exhausted. July 1867. July 1867. 3 months had passed since Ito had left the Shinsengumi, taking his men and others with him. Late one evening, I laid in my warm futon at an hour where I should have been asleep, but I was tossing and turning in my bed. My mind was wide awake. I wasn't falling asleep any time soon. But why? I was nervous, certainly, and I'd trained earlier that day, but neither of those were anything new. I needed to get to sleep soon, or I'd oversleep in the morning, and that would be embarrassing. As I forced my eyes shut for the 1000th time, I heard someone calling out for me.
Yukimura, you still awake?
The voice outside belonged to Hijikata. I scrambled to my feet. Yes, what is it?
You have a visitor. Once you're dressed, come to the common room.
A visitor? Who would come to visit me? Especially at such a late hour. I stood, puzzled, but I rushed to get dressed and shuffled towards the common room. I slid open the door and walked in, and I was surprised when I saw...
I apologize for disturbing your sleep. That sounded really weird. I apologize.
Oh, that's fine, but I'm going to let you go here. Oh my goodness, sorry, I hiccuped. I hope you are enjoying, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!